Hey guys, I am just so excited because I've decided to create a series of tutorials showing you how to sell digital products on Etsy. And we all know there's a vast number of products that you can sell digitally, and there's a number of ways you can do so. Of course, you can sell the digital downloads, but you can also sell your designs on physical products known as print on demand. It allows you not to have any inventory. You don't have to buy shipping stuff. You don't even have to be the shipper. And if you're not familiar with print on demand, there's a ton of YouTube videos out here that can help you and describe in more detail. But just as a short, brief description of what it is, it's basically a middleman. They have partnered with various manufacturers, and all you need to do is create the design and then pick the product that you want your design on, and they will take care of the printing and the shipping for you. Okay, so that's the short, sweet, and simple version of print on demand. And in this video today, I'm gonna share with you my favorite print on demand provider, which is Printify. Printify is my go-to print on demand provider because they're affordable and the quality is awesome. And I'm not just being biased because I am an affiliate of it, but I really do use their products, and when I make my designs and my shirts, I use Printify. Okay, so that sums it up. That's what we're going to be using. And also, here's the layout of the video. We're going to be creating a Printify account, which is free, opening up a brand new Etsy shop. So you're going to learn how to do that. If you didn't know, you're going to learn today. And then we're going to integrate our Printify with our Etsy. We're going to do all of the settings, and we're going to create the first listing, and we're going to talk about how you fulfill the orders and how the customer gets the item. Okay, so we're going to cover all of that today. I'm going to try to get through this as quickly and seamlessly as possible. But before you start, the links in the description below. If this is your first Etsy shop, then there's going to be a listing below, a link stating that you get your first 40 listings for free. So instead of you paying the 20 cents, get your first 40 listings free by clicking the link below, and the link to Printify will be below as well. So let's dive into my computer. Okay guys, so here we are on Printify. What we're going to do is set up a free account. You can use Printify for free, or you can have the Printify Premium. The Premium up at first doesn't justify the cost. I would not start with the Premium. I will wait until my shop start producing some income, and then you can upgrade to the Premium, which only allows you to get 20% off of the product. So, I mean, of course you can save money, but wait till it justifies it. Okay, so start free. It doesn't limit you on the products that you can get. So we're going to start a free account. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to enter your email and make a password, and you're going to sign up. Now, once you sign up, it's going to start asking you some questions. So what describes you best? Are you a representative, a company, a media influencer, and you have your own e-commerce store or other? What is your main objective? Start my first online business, and you can answer these and go through these. What would you like help with? And then it'll ask if you would like help with anything. And then it says, how did you find Printify? And you can just put YouTube. And then it says, thank you for the time. What would you like to do now? So what we want to do is connect your store to Printify. So you're going to connect your store. Now, as you can see right here, it says my new store, and it's not connected because you don't have anything connected as of yet. So now is the time we need to open up our brand new Etsy. Now, if you own multiple Etsy shops, make sure you signed out of your original Etsy. Make sure you're completely logged out so you can set up a new shop. So what you do when you come over to Etsy, you want to open a new shop. Be sure to click the link below in the description to get your first 40 listings free before you do this. Okay, we're going to click sign in, and we're going to register a new account. So now it's going to ask us for our email, and we're going to register our Etsy. Now we've created a brand new Etsy, and we want to sell on Etsy. So now we get started. what brings you to Etsy, and you're going to answer these questions. I'm going to let you, it's just basic questions that you're going to answer in regards to your shop. It's going to ask if you want help with anything. You just go through here and pick whatever. And then now it says start your shop. You're going to select your language of your shop and your currency, your country. Then you get to come up with your shop name, test shop, save. Now it's going to have you create a listing. You have to have a listing. So in this case, we're not going to fill out everything because I'm going to explain everything later. But what we're going to want to do is come up with a dummy photo that we're going to use. So I dropped it in there so it can think. Now that's in there. And of course, it's going to make us do a title. So we'll just put test, my test listing 1. Believe me, this is what you're going to want to do. Who made it? I did. It's a finished product and it'll be made to order because it's print on demand. It's going to ask the category. So we'll just put t-shirts, women's t-shirt. And I'm not going to worry about the colors here. Again, we're going to go through all of this later. And I'll set that on manual. And it's a physical product. And then we're just going to put test listing. And then don't worry about any of this. And we're going to put this up to like $250 because we don't want nobody to really buy it. Okay, and we're going to leave that quantity to 1. And now we're going to leave all of this alone. And we're not going to worry about any of this. And what we're going to do is we're going to save and continue. Okay, sometimes it tells us this stuff right here. We're going to try to see if we can click it again, save and continue. Okay, so it's making us fill out stuff. So we'll just put 2 in here and 10 by 10 by 3. Okay, and buyer lives in. So we're just going to leave this here, save and continue. Make sure. Now we're just going to put anything, put your zip code, this doesn't matter, and you just put this in here. Okay, just get your dummy listing through, okay? And then we're not going to add more listings right now because we're going to do that in Printify. So we're going to do this later. And now it's asking, how do you want to get paid, okay? It's going to ask, how do you want to get paid? And this is where you have to enter your country, where your bank is. You enter your tax information if you're an individual or a business, your country, and you just fill this information out. Now, this taxpayer address, this should be the same address used when you file your taxes, which means you will need to use your home address if you are using your home address for filing your taxes. You can't put a P.O. box in here. Now, and it's going to say, have you ever lived in a region? So you just go through and answer these. Once you get down to the bottom, it's going to ask you to connect your bank. You can go ahead and connect your bank. This is where you want your funds deposited and things like that. So connect your bank. Now, as you're setting up your bank, it's going to send you through a 2-step verification type of process where it might text you a code to enter. So just let you know, it's going to be a 2-step verification right after you connect your bank. Now, once your bank is set up, you get to pick how you want your payments. You can be paid weekly, every 2 weeks, once a month. Definitely, I always keep my store on once a week, okay? But it's up to you. You can do every day, once a week, every 2 weeks. I prefer once a week. Okay, so it's telling me when the next payment schedule will be. I'm going to save and continue. And now it's going to ask to confirm the email address. Okay, so what I'm going to do is confirm my email address, and then you get to set up your billing. After you've confirmed your email address, go ahead and set up your billing. This is how Etsy is going to, how you're going to pay your fees. Now, typically your 20 cents per listing, which of course, if you click the link in the description, you get your first 40 listings free. But moving forward, they typically only charge you like once a month. Okay, so for your listings. And if you do everything right, I have yet to pay a listing fee from my bank, okay? Because I have it where it takes it from the profits, from the sales before it gives me the money, right? So you will enter your credit card information and your billing information here. Be sure to link a credit card or a debit card. Now, before you put your billing information here, I want you to take this into consideration. When you are working with print on demand, and this is a brand new Etsy shop, Etsy likes to hold your cash for a minute to make sure you are reputable and you are a real business. But when a customer places the order on your Etsy shop, the print on demand provider Printify is going to charge you right away. So you're going to be paying up front first. So you need to have funds available either on your debit card or if you're using a credit card. You want to make sure these funds are available because it's going to pull that money first. It's going to charge you the wholesale. And then when Etsy releases the money to you, then you will have your money back plus your profit, okay? Just know you're going to be paying up front. So if you get 10 orders in a day, you need to have the money to fund those 10 orders that day, right? Because Etsy is going to take a minute, take about a week when you're new to give you the money. So you got to have enough money to fulfill these orders up front, okay? And make sure the card you put on here is the card that you can afford the money, the products. Okay. Let me enter the billing information and then we keep going. Once you've filled out your billing, you're on securing your shop. Now your shop is open. And now let's go back to Printify and work on our real listing. Now this is where we left off. Remember, our store is not connected to our Etsy shop yet. So what we'll want to do, this is our new store in Printify. We'll want to go over to the gear because we want to set our settings. So it's going to say store name. So we're going to name our store. What would we name it? D-Test Shop. Okay, so that's the name of our store and we're going to save. Now it's going to ask us the next step. We want to do the ship from address. Now this is the Printify default. The return address will be the location where the product was printed at, because that's how we want to keep it, because this is exactly, we're not shipping it from home. The Printify is shipping it. So we're going to leave it like that. And then we're going to save. Now our preferences. Now we want to talk about our order routing. So order routing happens if your supplier is out of stock, it'll pull the same thing from another supplier. I personally don't choose that. If it's not available with my supplier that I choose, and I do have my favorite ones, then I don't want it shipped. It's going to be out of stock then, right? I just don't want it shipped. And also order approval. How do you want to approve your orders? I personally, if you're just starting a new shop, do it manually. I already explained that you have to pay up front for these orders. So you have to make sure the money is there. So if you're paying attention to your shop, you should be checking on your shop every day anyway. So what I do is I'll have it on manual. That way I can just manually approve the orders instead of them automatically being approved, because I don't want Printify to automatically charge my card. If you already have a set amount of funds that you have there, that you are okay with them automatically, you can just say 1 hour after the person orders, it automatically charges my card and gets shipped out. Right? Or 24 hours after, or you can set a specific time of day where all of your orders batch instead of it being one by one. It's totally up to you, but this is how your orders are approved. And I do it manually, especially starting out on a new shop, or if your funds are funny, right? And then the tracking notifications. I want to know as soon as it is available, and that's the one I select. So as soon as it is available, I want to know about it. And then you automatically send delayed orders to production. Send orders to production manually. I like that. And then email the preferences, then I save. Okay. So then we go over to Printify Connect. And this is where if you have the premium, you can connect that, but we're not worried about it. And then this is your branding, where you can actually insert thank you cards if that's what you want to do. So you can design them and they will be included in your order to the customer. Okay, I don't necessarily do this, but that is the store setup. So now you've set up the store part of your Printify. The next part of this process is your wallet. So we want to go over to payments. This is how Printify is going to charge you up front for the orders. The great thing about Printify is if you wanted to, you can upload a set amount through PayPal, and you can place it on your Printify account. And as orders come through, it will pull from this account first before charging your card. So if you know, hey, I want to start this print on demand business with $250, then put in your $250 right here. And as the orders come through, it will pull from the pre-funded amount that you set. So you set up that if you want, or you just put your payment, your credit card on file. And then we're going to go over to the transactions. Okay, so you don't have any there because we haven't done anything yet, right? And then this is where your invoices will be, your pre-order invoices, and any withdrawals. Okay, now your taxes. So if you're in the United States or EU or UK or United States, I'm in the United States, and then you fill out your tax information in here. So now your shop is set up. Now it's time to do our listing. Okay, now before we start our listing, we need to connect our shop to Etsy. We need to make them talk to one another. So what we're going to do is go up to where it says Dee's Test Shop, and you see it's not connected. So we're going to go to Manage Store, and we're going to connect. Now we want to connect this to our Etsy store. Of course, you can connect it to a lot of different other e-commerce stores such as Shopify, WooCommerce, Walmart, and eBay. But we're doing Etsy. So we're going to click Etsy, and now it's going to connect our shop. In your case, it might be something that says grant access. You will need to grant access. So now it is connected. Now we can move over to our product. In this video, in this tutorial, we are going to be making notebooks. Okay, so we're going to be making notebooks. So we need to create our design. Now, a part of this process, on the design process, I am going to be using two separate designs. One design is going to be the background. It's going to be digital paper from the Design Diva, because I know I can use that for commercial use, because all of the clip art and digital paper there can be used for commercial use, which means that you can use it to make an end product. You can't resell the actual design, but you can use the design and the artwork to create your own design. And in this case, we're using it on notebooks. So I'm going to have a link to the Design Diva below, so you can see the different digital papers and everything. So I already have the digital paper, and we're going to also use one of my favorite design programs. It's very user-friendly for non-designers. So I'm not talking Photoshop in this video, but we're going to head over to Kittle to create our text, because you can do a little bit more in Kittle than you can in Canva, especially with manipulating text, because the text come out in vectors. So it's really good quality. So in this case, let's look at our product. So now we want to head over, now that we have everything connected, we want to go to the catalog, and we're going to go to featured. Now, up in the search, we can type notebooks, because we know we want a notebook. And as you can see, Printify has a lot of different types of notebooks. One of my favorite notebooks here, though, is their bestseller. It is the Spiral Notebook, and is ruled lined. Now, it costs $7.69 at wholesale. If we were part of the Printify Premium program with that 20% off, it'll only cost us $5.81. However, this is okay for the $7.69. So we're going to open this up. And as you can see the pictures. It allows us to design the cover. The back will automatically be a dark gray back cover. Okay, we can't design the back. It's going to be automatic, but it is spiral bound. And now all we have to do is start designing. I like Spoke for like my stickers and my notebooks. Spoke is good. Okay, so we're going to start the design. And the great part about Printify is it gives you the dimensions. So as you can see, it tells us what the requirements are to design this notebook. It's saying the print area is 1810 by 2534 at 300 dpi. I'm not really worried about our background because our background is at a 3600 by 3600, which is a 12-inch by 12-inch coming from the Design Diva. But we want to make some text. So we're going to need these dimensions for Kittle. So we're going to head on over to Kittle and make our design. Now, Kittle is great. Like I said, it is an upgrade from Canva. It's so much stuff you can do with Kittle. It's awesome. You need to check it out. There's going to be a link for Kittle below. You can try it free, but it's really inexpensive if you go with the Pro plan. Okay, so let me log in. Once we get logged in, we're going to start a new project. And here, remember what our dimensions were. We need a 300 DPI. You change the DPI first. And then we want an 1810. And then we want a 2534. And then we want to create. So this is the size of our canvas in Printify. So what I want to do is I want to get some text. Okay. I want to drop some text. Now, Kittle has like some, dummy text you can use, like already ready kind of situation. So I kind of want just some headline text. So we're going to drop some headline text out. So I dropped a couple of them out. So let me design a few things here and we can get it going. Because I know I'm doing a Halloween type of theme, I'm going to go with the bustery text. It kind of looks fun, more hocus pocus type of thing, lettering typography. So that's what we're going to use in this, on this tutorial. Okay, so I switched the design up a tad bit. So now that it is done, we are going to export the file. We want to make sure the background is removed, make sure all of our dimensions are the same, optimize the quality, and we want it to be out as a PNG. So we're going to download that. Now it is done. So now we're going to go back over to Printify and start designing our notebook. Now we're back in Printify and we want to get our design going. So we're going to head over here. I am going to drop in the background. I am going to stretch it out, make it look nice. And as you can see, it's a 433 DPI even though it is stretched. And then we're going to go back over and we're going to grab our text. And then we're going to have our text on here. And we can center this text on the notebook. And now that it is centered and we are probably a little happy with that, actually I like it a little down some more. We can preview it and it shows us different mock-ups. And it also shows a mock-up of the inside. Okay, awesome. So what we'll do is save this product. Now, we can use these images, but sometimes I make my own images. But these are pretty nice to use for the mock-up in Etsy. Now, the green dot represent what is going to be the first image. Lifestyle images do best, but again, I like to make my own. And as you can see, you can make mock-ups and place it if you would like. And then you want to ignore all of this pretty much because we're going to do our title and our description inside of Etsy. We're not going to do any product description and listings here. It's going to assign a shipping profile. Leave this the same, okay, because it's going to assign a name to it based on the weight and everything of this product. And down here, we're going to hide these tips. Down here is your pricing. Okay, if you had more than one item, you can select all and change all the pricing. In my case, I am going to, since this is the only one, and it says edit the price, right? The retail price of this is, what was it? $5 and something odd cent. or $7 and something odd cent. Let me see. There you go. Production cost, $7.69. So if it's giving us a retail price of $12.82 we should charge for this notebook, it will give us a $5.13 profit, and it's at a 40% profit margin. And it's telling us the shipping cost is $6.39 for this notebook, and that's standard shipping. So it's giving us the information that we need. Keep in mind, when you're actually doing your profit, understand that Etsy charges its own fees. Okay, and if you're running any discounts or ads, that's taken from that $5.13 profit margin. Okay, so keep that in mind. What I like to do is up it a little bit more, just because the designs, you have to pay for the design, like the background and, you know, and your software and things like that. Keep your production and your raw materials, the cost of goods, in mind when you're pricing, because you have to cover the cost of all of these things that is used to make your product. So in my case, we're going to edit the price and we're going to edit the profit. I want my profit to at least be $7, right? Apply. So it's telling me I need to charge $14.69 for this item to make a $7 profit, even though that's not going to be my total profit. Okay. So all of that's together. Now we want to hide this in store because we do not want it available right away, because we want to edit our title and everything like that inside of Etsy. So we want it hidden. Now we only want to show stock variants that are in stock. We want to hide anything that's out of stock. We do not want people to order out of stock items, whether you're doing notebooks or whatever you're doing, because if there's going to be pulling this money out of your account, remember, you're going to be paying for this upfront, and you do not want people to be ordering stuff and you can't fulfill it. You can desync the product details, the title, all of those things automatically sync. You can automatically sync the mockup, or you can turn it off, and you turn it off when you want to upload your own mockup. In our case, as for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to go ahead and upload the mockups too. So now we're going to publish. Now, meanwhile, it is publishing. It is not yet on Etsy. It takes about a couple of minutes for it to talk to one another. Okay, so like it's uploading the images now. So it's processing. So we're going to go head over to Etsy and complete our listing. Now we're back over in our Etsy shop, and where we want to go is over to our listings. Now, there go our test listing that we created earlier, but our listing from Printify is going to be in our drafts because it's not available as of yet. And that is the image that we chose as the default image for our listing. What we're going to do, you can click the gear and you can press edit, or you can click directly on the listing and you will be inside the editing. So now what we want to do is title our notebook. And what I like to do is start the title off exactly what the notebook says. Born to be, let's copy it, wild. Now this is where your Etsy keyword research comes into play. What I like to use is a tool called eRank, and I use eRank to come up with the keywords that would be best fitted for this notebook that people are searching for in Etsy. So I'm going to put in some keywords here, and for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep it this short. Now you will want to upload your images here, and in the description, of course, what I like to do is put the title right at the top. Google picks up the first 150 characters because Etsy can be found in Google as well. So I like to put the name of it right at the top and do a quick snippet of the product. I like to reword this. I do not like to put it in here directly as it is. So I would typically take these dots out and kind of use this same information, but put it in my own verbiage, okay, to lay out the product, because I don't want to take exactly what's from Printify and put it in my product description, because other people might just be copying and pasting because they're lazy instead of actually making it their own. This is your shop. You want to be professional. You want it to have your own branding with your own tone and your own style. Then of course the pricing and everything is already inputted in here for us from Printify. So we don't want to touch any of this. You definitely don't want to touch the SKU because you don't want anything to mess up with it talking to each other when somebody places an order for this notebook. Now we're at the physical item where it says it's handmade, it's a finished product, and it's made to order. Now typically what you will want to do is go in here and add, if you notice it says select a production partner, because we have Spoke that is actually going to print and ship our products for us. So we have to let Etsy know that we're working with a partner. So what it says is select your production partner here. But before you click this, you will want to make sure you save it as draft down here. Okay, you will want to make sure you save it. I've already saved mine, but you will click on this and it will send you over to your settings. Now, typically when you're trying to add a partner, you will put in the name Spoke Custom Products. We do not want it to show. It is a print shop. Now it's going to ask for the city, state, and country. So we're going to put Norcross, Georgia, USA. And then we have to put something in here. We'll put a print shop. And we answer these questions. I don't have the technical ability. I design everything myself though, and they make a component of the product and I do the rest. So we save. Now, if you notice, there's an error right here. This error has been causing a lot of trouble lately across Etsy and trying to put link up your production partner. Here is the workaround. Since we have our test one live already, remember. So what we'll do is we're going to go over to listings. If you get that error, because it should be a drop down where you can pick the city and state and everything. So what we're going to do is go to listings, go to our real one. We're just going to select it. Then we're going to go up to editing options. We're going to select change production partners and we're going to add it right here. So we're going to put our Spoke Custom Products. We're going to turn that off. It is a print shop. And then as we start typing, it works. Norcross, Georgia, United States of America. A print shop. And then you're going to add, you don't have the technical, you design everything yourself, and they actually create the finished product that I then alter or customize, or they make a component of my product and I do the rest. They create a finished product, then I add branding and packaging. So we just say they make a component of our product, but you pretty much do the rest, or they make the finished and you alter it. So we're going to save. Now our partner is added. Okay, so that's the workaround, because Etsy's been acting funny. So that's the workaround. So now we have our added partner. So what we'll do is go over to our draft and then open this back up, because we have to add our production partner to this. So select the production partner, done. Okay, apply. So now we added the production partner to this item. We're going to finish filling out the rest. Since this is for Halloween, I'm not worried about primary colors or an occasion. We need to put in some tags. I put in some of the keywords. You get up to 13. Use all 13 tags. You don't necessarily have to worry about the material if you do not want to. But if you want to, we can grab some stuff from the description. Like you can look at the material on Printify and plug in those materials there, so far as what it's made out of, your product. And if you were doing shirts or something, you will put cotton or ring spun or whatever the components or ingredients of the product is, you will put it in the materials area. So we have our shipping. It's already been done for us by Printify. And then we scroll down. Now this is where you can do your return policy. So you can create a return policy, or you can set no returns, no exchanges, and save. Now, when you're just getting started, this is being printed. It's custom made, basically. So there's no exchanges or anything like that. So that's what we put on there. And then we have the option to select a section or a category. I created this. If you need to add a section, go ahead and click add a section. You name your section, whatever it is, the type of product. In our case, it is notebooks. So I will set that there. It says, is this a featured listing? I'm going to keep that off. And then it's asking about the renewals. Every time a product renews, it renews every 4 months and it's 20 cents. So typically I like to keep it on manual at first because I want to see what's selling and what's not, because maybe I need to reevaluate the product in which I'm selling. So I like to do it manually at first. When I see something selling, then I go back into the product and then I will put it on automatic. So in this case, we are done setting everything up. Now what we would do is publish the changes. It's going to charge us 20 cents to do so. So we're going to publish, and now our listing is going to be active momentarily, and now it is on our shop. If we wanted to, we can actually view it on our Etsy shop, and this is exactly how it would look and what they would actually see. So guys, that is it. That is exactly how you set up a print-on-demand Etsy shop from start to finish and with a product. So now you've learned how to create even a notebook. Now, understand, you might not be charged the 20 cents when you upload yours, because you're going to use the link below in the description and you're going to get your first 40 listings for free. Okay. So in my case, I was charged the 20 cents, but in your case, you won't be. Okay. So that's a good thing. That is a great thing. If you like this tutorial and you want me to do more like this, please let me know. Give me some feedback in the comments below. Check out the links in the description. All the tools and everything I use, the links will be down in the description for you as well. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.